Howdy, boys. I want to notice I got all dressed up here for you. I'm fixing to hit the sack so I can get up there in the morning and go to Texas. I want to talk to you a little bit about bulk industries and what I think we should do for it. First of all, I want to talk about Google AdWords just for a minute, and I want you to take note of the sites I use to analyze your site is Pair Analytics, number one. Number two is Compete, and number three is Google AdWord Analysis. So let me first of all go find those for you and show you what I found. First of all, you can go to Pair Analytics and just put in your website name, and it'll takes just a couple of minutes to do an analysis, and it'll show you what you've got and don't have. First of all, it notices that there's no analytics installed, and that's absolutely critical. Not for search engine, but so you'll know where your hits are coming from and how often, and all that sort of thing. It'll come up with some things like like Google AdWords has a site here that's very good that shows you exactly where your hits are coming from, what words are there. You can not only put in your site, but you can put in your competitor sites and see what keywords they're coming up with, and they'll spell them out for you right here. You can also take the words themselves and weight them and see what kind of count they're getting. But back to the analysis. It'll tell you if you've got duplicate content. It'll tell you if you've got inbound links, which is something we can set up, especially with YouTube, and 404 errors about your URL, the age of your domain, and the meta tags, and of course the keywords and where they're placed on your site. But that's a good one just to play around with and see where you're going. Back to my notes here. Facebook. Facebook's and AdWords. I'm going to show you a little example of how that works. I put up a site here for Eric, and yeah, there it is. It says who wants to win an Apple TV, and if they click like or share and give us their email, then that gets them into the contest. And those kind of things can be done. Interesting thing I did too was to do a search for fire equipment. And all kinds of things come up. And there's just hundreds and hundreds of those. But what's most interesting is that over on the right-hand side here, you'll see there's no ads for fire equipment. So that means you could own this market for very little, for say $5 a month. That's what we did with Eric. We're spending $5 a day for people that are looking for home theater or audio equipment, and they get to see the ad, and you get a chance to involve them with an email or a contest or what have you. But Facebook is certainly something you want to do. There are 600 million members and getting stronger. LinkedIn is something you'd want to do. YouTube, I think, is the most critical thing that you could do for your site, because you've got the products that just cry out for it. I'd spend a little bit of money, or just get a pretty professional 10-second intro whenever you move. That's it, and use it over and over again. And I would just get a simple little webcam, throw a product on the desk, and do a little 2-minute video on it. And that's going to get you more hits than anything, because first of all, Google likes it, and it's going to be easy to find on YouTube. YouTube's becoming more and more of a search engine too. People look there; they're looking for product and how-tos and that sort of thing. And it's really going to give you credibility to have almost every product there. You could have a link to a video presentation, press releases, especially if you use PR Web and they're targeted to your industry. Meta tags, keywords, all that. And then the last key thing I would do is an autoresponder. And so that anything you do in digital, whether it be on Facebook or your own website, is that there be a place for people can sign up for sales letters and specials and that sort of thing. And then the most important thing was when those names come in, if they're segmented into, if it's a brand new presentation, brand new customer, or brand new curiosity seeker, whatever. So you set up a series of segmented, a little drip marketing with multiple letters. That can be done with something as simple as Constant Contact or Aweber. If you don't really want to get fancy with your multiple campaigns, you can get into Infusionsoft, which is about $400 a month. Another one I like is $19 a month, which is all clients. It does almost anything Infusionsoft will do, except it doesn't automate the letters, but that can all be done, and I know how to do it with so a little HTML coding. You just design it in something else and then bring it in. Text messaging is becoming more and more, it's common sense that if you get a junk email, about 90% of them get thrown out. But a text, it's like 90% of them get read, and they get read within the first 4 or 5 minutes that they're on the phone. So anyway, there's lots to talk about. I'll be in Texas but I'll have my cell phone and I'll have my laptop with me, and we can just go to work. All right. See you boys next week.